The only difference is that Madara absorbed it into himself so that he can do it, but otherwise it's the same idea.
By the way, Obito said the Divine Tree... I'm just forgetting. He said the Divine Tree was going to cast Infinite Tsukuyomi in 15 minutes.
10, 15, whatever the number
10,
was,
15.
yeah.
What stopped it? Because I don't think Naruto came back to life through his Hagoromo Jesus powers and cut down the Divine Tree within 15 minutes of that happening, right?
I think it's because of Obito's role. And the thing is, they made it seem like the Divine Tree itself is just doing it, but like when... I mean, even as it is, once Obito lost the Ten Tails, it kind of just seems like that tree was dead. But Madara absorbed it. Like, but it wasn't doing anything, so...
It doesn't make sense. Why did it stop? It doesn't seem like it's connected to Obito. He spit it out. It's doing its own thing.
Exactly, yeah. But he's somehow telepathically connected to it.
Wasn't it a husk?
It was a husk that was going to activate the Infinite Tsukuyomi.
It was absorbing everyone's chakra minutes before.
So I think what Obito could have been describing there is that it was going to be ready to be cast in 15 minutes. Not that it was going to cast it, but that Obito was going to cast it in 15 minutes. In which case, though, once 15 minutes elapse, it should still be ready. Madara should just stop fighting Hashirama, run over there real quick, and activate it.
Well, I don't think Madara could activate it without being the Tento's Jinchuriki. Okay, but again, once he became Tento's Jinchuriki, he should activate it, unless... This is where it gets into the whole... I'm just going to say it, Madara's perspective thing, because what we just described makes it sound like Madara's still activating it, whereas if the tree's doing it like automatically, rather than Obito activating it, then this gets into a Madara versus Obito difference that Madara may or may not care about. But if Madara is the one pressing the button to make it activate, it's the same goddamn thing about that point.
Yeah, I'm fine with you saying Madara's character here rather than savior, whatever. So I think that makes more sense. And I don't think that'd be relevant anyways. Since it's not even a Madara Obito thing. It's more so about Madara choosing to not activate Infinite Tsukuyomi as soon as he possibly could. He's still gonna do it, but it's almost like Jura, to where he's putting targets in his way before he does what he's inevitably going to do anyways.
Yeah, the only thing though is Madara both does and doesn't do that, because once he gets the second Rinnegan, he doesn't bother trying to beat Team 7. He just activates Infinite Tsukuyomi before trying to beat Team 7.
I mean,
so like...
I think it works with the entertainment and duality of man thing anyways. Just to reinforce my point, let's just be honest.
But then I'm just saying, okay, then why did he jump the gun and activate it when he got the second Rinnegan before? Like, why didn't he just entertain himself by beating Team 7 first before activating it?
Regardless of that.
That's implying he was, for the most part, trying to do it as soon as possible. Agree. He did toy around a little bit in the fight with Naruto and Sasuke before trying to get the second Rinnegan.
So what I'm thinking of, let's just say, because I think this would be naturally around 15 minutes later anyways, or like at least a good point for it to be. Something that could be really cool is if 15 minutes elapsed during the 8 Gates fight, Madara's not stopping that 8 Gates fight. He wants to fight Guy there.
Right.
Strongest taijutsu.
Yeah. He would definitely see that through. But then once that fight's over, it's like, I don't know. But then again, see, my thing is, you could just argue this is kind of a fault as it is, because it feels like in the 8 Gates fight, and even the Naruto Sasuke fight, the actual part of the fight, he is enjoying that entertainment. It's just that once he realized, okay, I'm losing here, I gotta go get my second Rinnegan, then he comes back. At that point, though, he stops entertaining it and just goes right to the Infinite Tsukuyomi. Whereas, in character, maybe he should have just fought them first. Enjoy your last battle first, before activating it. But at the same time, if you do that, then he can't cast Infinite Tsukuyomi, because that's just going to stop him for
So, I agree, and this isn't implied.
Or, okay, hypothetically,
go ahead.
Real quick, before you say that, what would you think about the idea of, this is going to, for everyone who wants more Naruto and Sasuke versus Madara, if he just did fight them, but was Because I feel like this isn't going to sound that enjoyable, but he's fighting them. Eventually, he realizes that he's losing, maybe because of whatever. It's not Kagashi's help. I don't care. He realizes that he's losing, so then he decides, okay, I need to cast this now before it's too late. So then he does it, and then he's thinking that's getting in the fight. It doesn't, but he's like, well, I've already cast it, so whatever. And then Zetsu stops him, whatever. But yeah, that is an idea.
I don't have an inherent problem with that. It's less so than whatever you'd think I would. I'm fine with that. I would say, though, you could... Again, I'm fine with it the way it is. It's not a problem. I would personally maybe tweak it to more along the lines of, all right, well, I've had my fun. Now let me go cast Infinite Tsukoyomi, since I'm done with this now.
Yeah. I would probably, if nothing else, I would add that line in, because that actually makes a world of difference to me. As little as that is. It actually does.
Yeah.
That said, he would be missing out on a bit of fun.
in which case, I might even change him putting the Truth Seeker Orb towards Might Guy, unless he's doing that out of purely respect, in which case I would just change what Madara says there. He would just walk away and let Might Guy die on his own from being cooked from the inside out or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the thing I was going to say. So I'm going to preface this by saying, I don't like this. But this isn't a rewrite, this is just straight up a possibility, just a theory, even. It's possible. So I already described earlier that people just inherently understand their jutsu, even instinctively, like a fish swimming upstream, especially when it comes to the Sharingan, so especially dojutsu. It's possible. I'm not going to argue it's implied, necessarily. It's the most indirect visual implication ever for like half a second. It's possible that since Kaguya was already in there, and arguably was the Divine Tree talking to Madara in the weird man voice thing that it had instead of Kaguya's voice. I think I know where you're going with this. It's possible that Kaguya just was like hypnosis, brainwashing, controlling Madara subconsciously somehow to just activate the Infinite Tsukoyomi.
Yeah, making him do it like earlier than he may have otherwise done it.
Again, I don't like that, but it is a possibility. Since, I mean, the moment it happens, you see Kaguya there, as if Kaguya's the one that
it also works for Black Setsu's plan, because the whole plan is make sure Madara activates Infinite Tsukoyomi first, so, like... Yeah. I hate to say that it makes the most sense.
I know!
Even if it's our least favorite.
I know!
It removes some of the meaning behind it, but plot-wise... is the best explanation at the same time. That's the issue there.
Yeah. So, okay. Let's just go with it and never bring it up again.
We're solving mysteries today.
Moving on. Say the best.
Well, now
I
we
got
can
a question for you
do with free game.